How to cultivate basil or how to plant basil with how to cut the stem for beginners. Basil or Selassie or Clacy, and known by the scientific name Ocimum Basilikum, is an ancient plant cultivated in Egypt more or less since 3,000 years ago. The word basil comes from Ur, which means king. In Indonesia, basil or basil is equated with basil plants, but both are different but still relatives. Basil is a member of the basil family that smells like lemon, or often called lemon basil. But not all basil is basil. There are holy basil, basil sweet Genovese, and many more cultivars and Ocimum genus species. Europeans have traditionally recognized O. basilicum, basil or sweet basil, as the spices passed down from the ancient Greek tradition. In India, the best known basil is Clazy or Tulasi, holy basil, O. tuiflorum sin. O. sanctum. In Thailand and other local countries, Selassie, known as Horupa, Thai basil, O. basilicum cover, Thursiflorum, and Maglik, Thai lemon basil, O. citriodorum. In some areas of Indonesia, basil or basil plants have many other names such as Solasi, Suda, Silazet, Melayu, Lularu /Ruku to Ruku, Salorasi. Basil is widely used for making essential oils, for food seasonings, some Italian and French food, used in beverages, as an aromatherapy ingredient, as perfume and cosmetic ingredients, medicinal plants, and as mosquito repellent. Plant Basil Morphology. Basil trees can grow up to a maximum of 30 centimeters, but there are several types of basil that can grow with a height of 100 centimeters. Basil plants have many branches with green to purple and look hairy when young. Basil leaves are either green or purple, smooth or slightly feathered, single to the leaf, faced with the shape of an oval or elliptical shape. The edges of the leaves are jagged and pointed at the edges. The length of the basil leaves is about 5 to 7.5 centimeters and the width is about 1.5 to 2.5 centimeters. Basil plants also have purplish white flowers, are plump and hairy on the outside. From these flowers will then appear basil seeds or basil seeds. Basil fruit or seed. Basil has a shell measuring 1 to 2 millimeters in black to dark brown. The shape of a small basil seed is similar to sesame seeds, but when soaked will be visible white membrane seeds. Basil seed. B. How to plant or cultivate basil or basil. 1. Preparation of basil seed or basil. Propagation of plant seeds. Basil or basil can be done through seeds or stem cuttings. How to multiply seeds. Basil or basil through seeds can be done by adding basil seeds or basil beforehand on cotton, wipes, wet towels or moist. But the seeds can be directly planted into the planting medium without the need for seeding. How to propagate seeds. Basil or basil through stem cuttings is done by cutting a large enough stem and strong, then enter into a jar or other container containing water and place in a shady place. Usually on the 4th day the roots will appear and can be moved to plant. 2. Planting basil or basil plant. How to plant a bacillus or basil derived from seeds. Here's more. A. First, prepare the first planting media in the form of a mixture of soil, husk and manure / compost with a ratio of 1:1. Appeal 1. Then give water until moist. B. Next, put the planting medium in pots, polybag seedlings and put the seeds of seeds, then dispute, then throw it back. C. Seal the seedlings or place them in a dark, cool place. Keep moisture media planting, do watering with enough water. D. After 1 to 3 weeks, the seeds have begun to germinate. Give the sun approximately 1 hour in the morning on a regular basis until the plant grows as high as 10 centimeters and can be transferred to the actual planting medium. The transfer is done with the heart to the liver, not to damage the plant. 3. How to plant basil or basil from seedling stem cuttings. Here's more. If the seedlings of stem cuttings basil or tidy already have many roots, then move to planting /planting polybags that have contained planting media in the form of soil mix, husk and manure or compost with a ratio of 1:1:1. 4. How to care and harvest plant basil or basil seed. In order to plant basil /basil grow well, do payma and sunshine routinely, besides doing also the provision of liquid fertilizer with a standard dose of 1:1. If the basil plant is already 25 centimeters high, basil can already be harvested. Choose a leaf that is already big to pick. Leaf picked at the end of the stalk. After harvesting, keep the treatments in order for the plants to survive and the shoots keep growing. In order to grow fast and leafy leaves, when flowering, flowers should be cut so that the required nutrients are only focused on the leaves. But if you want to take the seeds, then the flowers will be maintained until the new seeds emerge from the flower. So we are discussing about how to cultivate basil or how to plant basil with how to cut the stem for beginners. Hopefully the videos we present can be useful for all of us. Also watch our next video every day at 6 p.m. See you later and thank you for visiting our channel.